Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a pleasure to have you guys here in the second episode of the Dextical Playbook Show. Even better that we have a great guest with us today. This is Jessica. She's PhD and CEO of Loyee.ai, a company that's helping B2B companies find their best ICP without all that struggle. Thank you very much for being here, Jessica.
Thank you for having me, Augusto. I'm super excited to be on the second episode of the Dextego webinar, podcast, whatever it is.
Oh, it's awesome. Thank you so much once again. So everybody gets familiarized with what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about revolutionizing inbound sales with AI. First of all, how AI-powered lead scoring and qualification, chatbot integrations, predictive analysis, and analytics for content recommendations, and those best practices for those automated nurtured campaigns. And no one better to talk about this than Jessica, that's been working with AI and ICPs for quite a while now, right, Jessica?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think like the first version, comfortable version of our product is out like since March/September, however you want to view it. But yeah, we've seen with many companies what is working, what is not working, and also what is working for us as an early stage startup, on our path to product market fit. So yeah, happy to share those learnings here today.
Well, that's amazing. And guys, remember the whole point of Dextego and every single CEO and company we bring here is to remind you that we love AI, but we love humans that use AI. It's all about that people that is using it correctly. All right. And to dive in, one of the questions I have here for you, Jessica. We know that AI has transformed lead scoring and qualification in the recent years. Now, what are the key benefits of implementing this AI-powered lead scoring for your inbound sales team?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we start from scratch. I don't think it's even just relevant for inbound. I think it's relevant to move the whole organization and align sales and marketing and even the finance teams on the strategy on who we are going after and why. If you see it like that holistically, it's not even just inbound. I think inbound operationalizes it since many years. There was always a lead score, but we have to actually start a step further. It's really like, who are we going after and why? And then we can create a score. Then we can, score inbound. Then we can plan territories. Then we can assign our budgets to marketing. And I think that's the key, that it's a way more strategic topic that people actually think.
That's super interesting. And when did you guys start analyzing that? Like, for example, where is the best place for me to implement this tool or this platform inside my team?
So usually we start working with companies that are in their growth phase or like scaling phase, so starting Series A. And I think one trend that we are seeing there is, okay, we have limited resources and we really have to understand what should be focusing on. So when customers come to us, then it's usually they have already some closed ones, but not every closed one is a good fit. So we are here then to help them analyze, okay, what are my best prospects? And we look at the best customers first. We derive the characteristics of the best customers, and then we just replicate that. So we create a lead score and we provide similar leads. So I think that's always like a very good starting point. You have something that is working, and now we want to know, okay, why is it working and how can we enable the whole team to know it? Because if you have companies that come to us, they're like, oh yeah, we know our idea. It's this industry, it's this size. Okay, great. Okay, what does it mean now? Like, what's your differentiating factor? Like, why are customers buying from you? Why did they decide, buying your product versus another product? I think that's what we have to understand. And if you then, build teams, like let's say inbound teams, outbound teams, you have to make sure as an organization, as a leader, that you provide every teammate with the best accounts and they know why it's a good account. So give them signals, give them the reasons why.
Well, that is fantastic. In fact, I think you guys are solving a huge problem in sales. That is this lack of really knowledge of who your ICP is.
Yeah.
And when you don't know that, how are you going to double down on what's working?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And which message are you going to send them? I noticed that you guys have this ability of differentiating the ICP, the company, and in which moment they are, if you guys had opportunities in the past, correct? You can do all of that with the AI.
Yeah. So let's put it this way. First of all, it's not ideal customer profile. I mean, ideal customer profiles is what we use as a terminology because that's what our customers understand and it's their messaging. But for us, the ideal customer profile is the TAM or the SAM. Like it's a market that you can go after, but it's not necessarily your best customers you should be going after today. And we are here to help you, out of like the TAM. I mean, we can help you with the TAM and provide you the leads for the TAM, but where our expertise comes in is really understanding who are your best customers and why that you should be targeting today. So we can also call it like best customer profile, and that's where organizations are lacking the expertise. Now, there are two things that I think is important to differentiate. So, and that's where we also use other tools that help us. So I always say it's like a two axis. On one axis, you have low intent, high intent customers. These are customers that come to your website, that come inbound, they score like rather higher on the intent score. And this is good, but we don't know, like there's so many people jumping on our website. I mean, as we are speaking now, right? People that want to apply for a job, people that want to invest. So it's not meaning that they are like a high value customer for Loyee. So that's the other axis. We have high value customers and low value customers. And when we talk about like lead scoring and prioritizing, it's really both are important for the equation. Meaning I first have to understand who are my best customers who are scaling high on the high value. And then layer it with, okay, who's already high intent or has high engagement with me already. So the ones that are high value, high intent, go to the sales team. Mm-hmm. The ones that are high value but low intent, okay, we need some more marketing. Let's nurture them. Amazing. let's not put them onto the sales team. Like, don't waste their time. Like, give it to like a marketing nurture campaign or even SDRs if you have some. And then low intent, low value, don't bother. And low intent and high intent and low value. Okay, you can check it out. Like some companies have PLG motions, they put them into the PLG side, but some also don't bother. So, and this is something, so we provide scoring on the high value customers. So really understanding your best customers and the reason why. And then we work with tools like Warmly, for example, that provide the intent data. So who's hopping on my website? If you go on our website right now, I will get notified like, okay, there is someone on my website. They're checking out the pricing page, and then comes Amma in the video, in the chat, kind of start chatting with them. So that's all automated, but not everyone who hops on my website is great. So that's why we have Loyee to, qualify in real time in or out.
Wow, that is fantastic. Guys, you need to go on and check them out because if you are able to understand what intent really means, you got it. Because it's really hard to call someone that, okay, they can be great, but not the time, they're not ready to buy. So why waste my time? And I think that you guys are more than just solving the problem of I don't have enough time to reach these accounts and these accounts may be wrong. More than time and money is peace of mind. Because if I am the sales rep and I'm contacting this company and I know that they need a product, they are a good fit, and all of these little things that complement that perfect ICP, come on, I'm going to give my best and I'm going to have the best attitude towards it because I know it can work, right? I'm not shooting blindly. So, thank you. Thank you for solving all these issues for us salespeople.
Actually, I want to just, relate to that. So one of our customers in the fintech industry, they're like a Series B company. They have like a SDR organization and AE, so they have it split. And their director of sales enablement told me that with Loyee, the reps are way more confident. Because first of all, they don't care about our lead score. They usually care about whether it's tier 1, tier 2. So we provide the tiers. But why something scores high? Reasons, hey, they're hiring for someone that I sell the product to right now. He said that people just go in, like especially the SDRs, with such higher confidence, and it's like consultative selling on scale. Like SDRs don't have the time to research accounts like, enterprise reps. But now they have the research in front of them and they go in with a lot of confidence. So he told me that they went way faster up market with this confidence because now these reps are way more confident talking to the CFOs that they're selling to. So that was one learning. And the other learning is that the ramp time of SDRs was cut by 50%, because now you don't have to tell the SDRs anymore, go find and research, and you have no idea about the business logics here, like why is it important, what could be a pain point. But we provide now the logic and the pain point, the use case you should be selling to them and why. So I think that from an enablement perspective, because Dextego, right, is really accelerating in that space, I thought that was very insightful.
Wow. 100%. You have like no idea how bad the sales cycles in some companies are because of a lack of a tool like you guys. Literally changing the game. And that leads me to a question. I was thinking, how do predictive analysis, that is something that you guys provide, enhance content recommendations for those potential customers? So am I BDR, I have a hint of a possible topic I could talk about, then I go and use it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so first, with the predictive analytics, we basically look at the characteristic that makes like a good fit customer. And this is usually based on our intelligence that is unique to Loyee. We understand internal processes of organizations, even if they're not public. And we do that, and that's basically a database, like a pain point database that we are building up. We understand the pain points and the internal processes from who they were hiring up to 5 years ago.
Whoa.
So to give you an example, we prioritize based on characteristics like that you would never get out of Apollo or Zoom Info. Like, for example, we have a company that is using our product who's selling like phone numbers. And with Loyee, they figured out, okay, we need to go after companies that actually where SDRs are cold calling. So we fetch from job ads 5 years back which companies are cold calling. So now we have this insight, okay, this is a good fit customer. And one reason of the good fits is, okay, this organization has an internal process where they are cold calling and it's SDRs. So what do companies now do with this information? So one, to begin with, is everything that comes inbound or intent-wise in and goes through HubSpot or Salesforce, the Loyee filter comes on top. It gets qualified and researched. So now you know, okay, is this lead worth your time? Yes or no? So that's number one. Number two is you want to do outbound, or you want, reps to go after leads, and you want to, manage their territory. Like you want that everybody in the sales team has like equal high quality pipeline. It goes through the Loyee qualification, scoring and the research and the reason why. And then once you have that and okay, now I know that this is a great prospect, so you can automate messaging. So now like I have 10 reasons why this is a good fit. But the strongest signal is actually that they're hiring SDRs and that they have a SDR manager that are cold calling. So now you say in your message, you automate the message based on the research. And then now you can leverage that messaging to get a foot into the door. So that's, for example, how companies are using it.
Amazing. That is super fantastic because you have all the information right there. You don't have to be, I talked to this person in this company about that specific subject like 2 years ago, but should I mention, is it still relevant? With you guys, you already know it's relevant because, it's 2 times filtered, right? Or because if you filtered when you're putting it in it, and then the Loyee filter filters it for you to make sure it's a great account. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And maybe to touch upon that, because you mentioned at the beginning that you love AI, but you also love humans even more. So we actually have a webinar about this Thursday with Momentum. They are they optimize processes and enable reps in that sense. And the webinar is about, when does an AI SDR maybe make sense versus like a human SDR, right? And I would say like if you have very low ACVs, like contract values, and personalization doesn't matter on a deep level, like it's enough to say like, oh, by the way, I saw you went to the same university as me to get attention, then AI SDRs are perfect and you can do like spray and pray. So it doesn't matter. But when you rely on humans because it's like a more complex sales, or because you have to really find a pain point and whether it's a fit for you, and not everybody has this pain, then you need first tools like Loyee to pre-filter and, make an assessment. And then you still need the human in the loop that is dealing with this complexity on top. But it makes it way easier for them. And that's how you can improve conversion rates.
Yeah, 100%. I've been feeling that there isn't a space in the market for AI's BDRs, even though I am a BDR and I am human. I do feel that, as this example you gave us, when you don't have to make a suggestion or really think about the product you're selling in that complex cycle, an AI SDR can do the job and maybe even better, because if you're sending automated emails and those campaigns, you can have like a set of best practices and then just follow it.
Yeah.
And I think you understand that very well, correct? Do you know? Can you share some of the best practices of
Yeah.
creating like this effective and nurtured automated cadences?
Yeah, so for example, if I see AI, SDRs or BDRs working very well as like a marketing channel. If you just want to flood an inbox and kind of, make your product like get more attention onto your website, I think
Make some noise.
exactly it's really good. And if you have like a very low touch feature where they can sign up on a website, can download, I think it's wonderful. I have not used AI SDRs and BDRs because we still do founder-led sales, and I want to have way more control over what is going out. So we sell to fintechs, for example, or tech companies. We sell to like higher level personas. I don't want to spam them. So what I usually do is our qualification criteria, what we use Loyee for is, okay, does the company perform any account research, or do the reps need to perform account research? Do they have to understand financial reports? Do they have an enterprise sales motion? Do they, have like different pricing tiers and one that is like more in the middle? So I have like my qualification set, and then I create like little message prompts that I then push to like Salesflow, one of our partners, or Apollo, something we use as a custom field. So now I have my general message. Hey, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. But there is one piece that changes for everyone. And this piece is based on the research. So I have like a waterfall approach of pains. So it's okay if they care about if the reps are doing account research, but oftentimes the managers, the CROs and VPs of this world, they're like, you know what, that's why we hired them. Like, let's let them do the account research. So we don't want a tool that automates. So it's not my strongest value prop. But a strong value prop for me is if they are right now hiring someone, for example, in marketing or sales on a VP level, and they mention something around the ICP, like that they care about ICPs. I know that they have like a pay now, and that's actually my biggest entry point. So now I know they're hiring, so I go to the manager hire. So in the job ad, they also mention who they report to, right?
Yeah.
So now I find the person who they need to report to, and I mention, hey, listen, I see that you're hiring for this role. I know, like, with regards to this ICP, it's really a bottleneck, but hey, if you want to check out Loyee, we can get you up speed before this newcomer comes in, and maybe this is something, you want to explore even now. And that's how I use it, and it's like automated with Loyee.
Wow, that is fantastic. Because as you mentioned, if you can reduce ramp up time by 50%, come on, that is 100% worth it. And I don't agree with those companies that they say, yeah, we hire BDR, let them suffer. Like, that's how you treat your top of the funnel? Yeah, that's gonna affect your pipeline. Because if the BDR is suffering now, you're gonna suffer later.
Yeah, and that's why I say like the responsibility of building pipeline, in my opinion, is the responsibility of upper management. Because if they don't give them already pre-filtered, high quality, you say it's accounts, like why would a BDR hunt them when they know that like 2/3 is garbage and waste of the time after they need to go on the website, research the account. Like everybody will be just super demotivated.
Yes.
So use please AI to do the pre-filtering, right? Like
yes,
at least
yes, please.
at least like don't worry about anything else. But I mean that is really low cost at this point.
Yes. Come on. If you want your team to succeed and you have a BDR team, give them the tools, give them Loyee. Literally give them the bread and the knife in the hands. That's how we say in Brazil. You're ready to eat the cheese. Just go for it. Coming to our last part of the show, I wanted to ask you, who are the three companies, the three AI softwares that you like and use the most, apart from Loyee?
Yeah. Let me think. So I mean, I would say ChatGPT is definitely my biggest friend. along the sales funnel. And if we would be a Salesforce shop, I would love to actually use Momentum, but we are on HubSpot, so they don't serve HubSpot, but that's what I'm doing right now manually. Mm-hmm. Momentum would kind of automate like all the follow-ups and, you know, all this process. So I really see their value prop. I would love to use them. Right now, I'm doing it mainly manually with ChatGPT and Spiky. So my voice recorder is from Spiky. Burak is the co-founder. I know him very well. You know, I love their product. So I'm very happy that I have ChatGPT and Spiky for like all my later stage funnel. For top of the funnel, I use usually something very cheap like Apollo and then Loyee on top, because, you know, you get like this many leads and people on Apollo, but I don't want to spray and pray, so I really need to pre-filter and know who I should be going after. So yeah, Apollo and Loyee. Not that they are my favorite tools, Loyee is, but in this case, Apollo is like a really cheap like lead gen tool. Mm-hmm. And yeah, important to mention Warmly. So we are definitely early stage, so I didn't see much value at the beginning for their product. But now having implemented it, I'm really happy because all my inbound and intent gets qualified through Loyee, and I use the Warmly orchestrator where they get into Cadences automatically. So nice. As a founder, you know, I don't have much work building pipeline because I don't have time building pipeline, but I do get a lot of meetings booked just from the setup, and it's very low key. And we are 2 people right now on the go-to-market side, so we don't have any go-to-market org. So we had one, but we don't have one anymore. But we really optimized everything end-to-end on the pipeline gen side.
Well, that is beautiful to hear, because first, Spiky is also a on-top client, so I've been working with them for a while, and I love to see that you are using those tools, because it's really weird when you say, oh yes, I work with AI, but I don't use it. Like, what you doing? And I love to see that, and how, for example, Dextego can help companies that are in the same environment, and they are, for example, using Loyee if you have new BDRs or your account executive is needed for a training, but you can train all your team and they're global. You have someone in Germany, you have someone in West Coast, you have someone in South Africa. How do you train all of them? You don't. You use AI, you use Dextical, so you can do it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I already told Joanna that I really need a Dextego license for my co-founder and me, because I'm an academic. You know, I did sales a lot for my previous companies, but I would say I still am not the best sales rep in that sense, but I have to be one. So I'm like, you know, I'm good top of the funnel, but I'm not good with closing. So I really need actually maybe some tool like Dextego that coaches me. So
exactly.
I'm waiting.
That's awesome. And to take it home, I like to take out 3 takeaways, one for BDR, one for AE, and one for management. And from what I understood from Loyee is that from the BDR side, you can focus on the right person and persona to reach out. You're going to have a lot of people in that company, and that may have some pain point according to, you know, the product. However, they are not the decision maker, not the right person for you to talk with. So the BDR already have the right eye, thanks to Loyee. Now the AE knows where to double down. Just like what you said about closing, if they know these 2, 3 companies can close easier than the other ones, I know where to spend my time and close those deals. And on the side of the management, your team, first of all, you can reduce ramp up time by 50%. I think that says enough. Second, you have the respect of your team because you're giving them good accounts to work with. You're not giving them garbage. I think one of the worst things as a sales rep is your management team gives you the leads and you already know they're bad. It's like, what am I doing here? So with Loyee, you guys got it right. So would you like to add anything else to it?
Yeah, would love to. I mean, thank you for summarizing it, especially for the different perspectives, right? Because that's something that we are still learning with our customers. But yeah, so email response rates went up 300%, ACVs went up 25%, and one of our customers reported that they had like double as much account penetration. So I think these are really KPIs that we can work with, you know, and that we are also using as success metrics for new customers that we close. However, at the end of the day, and that's now back to your point from the beginning, we are just a tool, and you can use us not at all and use us wrongly, nothing will change. So you need the org, the humans, the sellers, the reps, the management bought in to make a huge impact. So the tool alone will not give you the results, but the tool with the right people will accelerate.
Yes, exactly. Stitching down with the right mindset, and you can learn every single day how to be better and how to use better tools like Loyee. Again, thank you very much for being here, Jessica. For all of you, thank you for watching. This is the Dextical Playbook Show, where every month we talk ways that we can level up our game with AI while keep it human. And thank you very much and have a good one. Bye bye.